Welcome to How to Be a Person, a podcast about life with me, your host, Giuliano Grimaudo. All right, Dr. Jacopo, how's it going today?
Super good, Giuliano, and I'm happy because you know how it's working in United States. People with our name, they be like misspelling every day, you know. In,
I love it. For anyone who's just listening right now, Dr. Jacopo and I, right before we were talking, we were just commiserating over the fact that our Italian names can be difficult for people to pronounce. I grew up my whole life people mispronouncing my name, even substitute teachers, which surprised me as well. So I literally, I remember one time I had a substitute teacher call me Gilligan, and I was like, "Bro, there's one G. It's at the beginning. Where are you getting Gilligan from?"
I, I know what's happening. I know what it's the same for me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Let's just jump right into it. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, really easy, Giuliano. I born and raised in my city, Napoli, where I am right now, to enjoy moment with my family. The
Okay.
only reason everybody they need to create more abundance, and this is, I believe, from my heart, because without internal and after external abundance, life is becoming miserable. And I am
Mm,
over here now to spend time with my family, like every year, 2 3 year. During my year, I try to take time from what is my main goal, bring more abundance in the world through my
mm,
business. My vehicle is real estate. I
okay.
am expert in real estate, and starting over here in Napoli, where I create a chain of jewelry from zero without any experience, knowledge, and anything, becoming a multimillionaire success with this company, create another one in the same space. And after around 28 years old, 2011, if I remember correctly, the year, I'm moving to United States because I see a big opportunity related to real estate, the
Mm,
subprime mortgage, where everything's crash.
yeah.
And this gives me really the possibility to improve substantially my capacity to understand the business, to improve my capacity to have now six-figure cash flow. I wrote one book called Healthy, Rich, and Happy, where I
Mm-hmm.
have three people. One is my best friend, endorsed the book, is a billionaire. Other two, they are two my friend,
Mm-hmm.
multimillionaire in real estate. I'm part of Forbes Italy, where I have an editorial called American Now, where I
Mm,
explain, where I go around the world in fair, and I interview a billionaire and multimillionaire related how they create and where they coming from with this idea they becoming wealth. And this is pretty much my life, and my
yeah.
life now have like really important part to contribute through my book and through my life to other people,
Yeah. No, I love that. You know what's really interesting? I will say I have spoken to and met a lot of different types of people. And one thing I've noticed over time is that there tends to be this like narrative about people who've made a lot of money that they're
Mhm.
like evil for some reason, that they had to do something or like screw someone over to get to where they are. But whenever I talk to somebody who has actually succeeded and has made a lot of money, it seems to
Mhm.
be the exact opposite. Just like what you're saying. You're like, I want to, create abundance for myself and for other people. I want to contribute and help other people. And that is the general vibe that I have gotten from people who are successful. I'm curious if you want to weigh in on that.
Yeah, reality, I don't believe in one only main reason. We have equal in everything. What this means is this one. You will find good people with good art through poor people they are poor, or in the rich people you will find egocentric, narcissistic, and uh, they think about only their life. Now what I
Mm,
believe is this one: money amplify wherever you are. If you are
mm.
poor bastard human being, you will be rich bastard human being. It means it's not different. But I believe with all my heart, becoming financial abundant is something so important and so unique, because without abundance, you don't have the possibility to help other people. And
Mm,
this is coming from something real in my life. I have, like, thanks God, beautiful parents. My mother, my father, they are super nice. I
mhm,
grew up with a lot of love. I grew up too in a environment where people, they don't have pretty much nothing. I need to fight to grow up and bring my life at the next level,
yeah.
and it's not a good place in stay in poverty. Poverty is something, if you believe whatever is you believe, you are Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Jewish, God don't want we are poor. God want we are light and we have the possibility to help other people. And this is what I
Mm.
believe.
Yeah, totally. Well, I love that. I mean, and again, that's like the general consensus I've heard is that like people who are successful, I feel like when you have success in multiple areas of your life and you experience how good life can be,
Mhm,
it is only natural as a human being to be like, man, I want other people to know about this. I want other people to be able to experience this because it's almost like you said, like when you can find someone who's miserable who's poor, and you can find someone who's miserable who's rich, and ultimately I've heard it said before, it's like, well, I'd rather be miserable and rich. Well, I'd rather be happy and rich, but the point is that like it's possible, right? And if you've
mhm,
gone from a place of, like you said, growing up from in a place where you didn't have enough, where it was
mhm,
difficult, and being able to be on the other side of it and realize, hey, like you can get here as well. And
mhm.
you don't have to be an asshole to do it, right? You don't have to hurt anybody to do it. Like you can live a good life and not only have a good life for yourself, but then be able to help other people with whatever it is you want to help them with.
Yeah, and this is the main goal, for main. A lot of people, they becoming really successful. They have money. When you arrive a certain kind of level, monies don't bring you more happiness or more thing.
Yeah.
Normally, it's so important to have enough money to enjoy your life, enjoy and spend time with who you love.
Hmm.
And after, the next level, if your heart is full of energy, full of light, is bring light in the world to something, generate more
Mm.
possibility for other people. For this reason, Giuliano, I have in my idea of business four pillars so much important.
Okay.
You have, first of all, when you starting something, whatever is starting, you have the part where you need research. The second pillar so important is grow. The third one is like do action, and the four is contribution. These four pillar is when you utilize in each category of your life, and I believe to be healthy, rich, and happy in 12 category of my life:
Mm.
love, family, business, career, and other one.
Hmm.
They are so important because these four pillars give to you the possibility to starting everything from zero, with the capacity to understand. If you don't research, you don't have the possibility to grow. If you don't grow, you don't need the third pillar, important action. And when you do action, you obtain result to what you do. You need to contribute to other people.
Mm. Yeah, I love that. Can you tell me more? Because I know you, like you said, you wrote the book Healthy, Rich, and Happy, correct? That's what it's called.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
can you tell
Like,
me more about it? Like what can someone expect if they read that book?
yeah, the book is not I don't believe in a secret to becoming healthy, rich, and happy. But it's no secret. People, they wanna know some secret under the under somewhere where
Hmm.
somebody they know, whatever. It's no secret. The secret is, first of all, now I realize in my life, and it's so important. First of all, build something, generate energy during your day, because life will bring to you different kind of problem. Possible, no, everybody, we lost a family, we lost, we have some kind of problem, healthy
Hmm.
problem, whatever is the case. If you
Yeah.
don't have something to really be attached and generate energy, you will be every time with, like, with the wind. And where the wind bring you something, you will moving
Hmm.
around without any kind of the direction. Now,
Yeah.
in my life, I experienced this kind of situation. because I feel sadness, I feel hurt, I feel I don't have energy. And for this reason, I assembled this method called M.P.B.E. I explain inside the book, where every day I do whatever is happening in my life. If I am okay, if I don't feel good, if I feel good, whatever is the case, meditation, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise. This is the four pillar. And with
Mm.
this, I contribute to create the energy. And with this
Mm.
energy, I go after, my external goal with clarity and decision. And this book is really assembled the two part of our life, the internal and external, because now after I go through a lot of pain, emotional pain, I realize, how is important to have every day something to bring you energy, and this energy to transmute in something external.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. I love how you broke it down. You said it was meditation. What was it? What was the rest of it?
Morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise.
Prayer, biohacking, and exercise. Interesting. So one of the things that stood out to me about what you said is like doing something that gives you energy. And I will agree that like this like baseline of things that you mentioned are things that like the average person, you do these things, you will get energy. The other thing that was going through my head was that there are certain types of work for
Mhm,
each person that when you do that type of work, you don't feel drained at the end of it. I've noticed this with myself that there's certain things that like activities that I will do and not just like having fun, right? And although I
mhm,
do find it fun because it gives me energy, but what I'm saying is like a type of work that
mhm,
for you, when you do it, at the end of it, you feel like you have more energy than you did before you did that thing.
mhm,
And if you can find a way to make that your work, you
mhm,
become unstoppable. Because look, I agree with like when you mentioned like this morning routine essentially, right? It's like a great way to start the day. But then I also think about imagine if your entire day was giving you energy. And so for me, like as an example, for me, I love talking to people. Okay.
mm,
And it took me a really, really long time to like recognize that thing for me because um this is the thing is like when you're really good at something, it's hard for you to see it. Other people
mhm,
can see it, but for you, it comes so naturally that you just like you're oblivious that it's even a skill. Okay.
mhm,
For me, the way that I realized it was I was I've had so many different jobs and so many different businesses. I have a background in marketing. And there was a point where I was like, I want to promote my marketing consulting services. And so I went to a bunch of networking events and at those events, I would like, connect with people. And then later I would meet up for coffee with them. And I was literally like, I'm just going to film, I'm going to have a ton of coffee dates, right? Now, to be fair, I was drinking a little bit of coffee. Okay, but I limit myself. But all I'm saying is that I would go and all day I would be meeting up for people. And it wasn't just coffee, right? That's just a joke. But I would be meeting
yeah,
up with them, having a conversation, maybe for about an hour with each person. And I would have as many of those each day as I could. And at the end of the day, I came home and I was like on fire. I was like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. This was so much fun. And whereas a lot of people, or not even say a lot of people, some people would look at that and be like, oh my gosh, I would be exhausted. Like it would be completely exhausting to like meet up with four different people every day and try to carry a conversation for an hour. Whereas for me, it gave me energy. And I'm saying all of this to say, as an example for people, that like if you can find the thing that you enjoy, that for me in that case was generating business for me, right?
mhm.
It was like if I was doing these having these conversations, then I was getting leads and I was getting referrals, all of that stuff. But if you can find that thing, then you can spend your day doing things that give you energy, just like you said, because there's things that are going to happen in life that are outside of your control that are going to
Mhm.
come at you. And who you are ultimately as a person, the energetic state that you are in is what's going to determine how you react to those things.
I'm 100% agree with you, but you have the capacity to utilize two words: intention plus attention. What this
Mm.
means, you realize your superpower. Unfortunately, the I don't remember the percentage. I am really data driving, like because I do real estate business, and this is
Sure.
only data and number. What's happening? A lot of people they don't understand never their superpower. They live some kind of life where they
Mm,
don't have this possibility to bring in energy,
mm,
and what's happening? They survive in their life because they
mm,
like is like on the water on top, but you have the capacity because you uh, pay attention and do action to understand what is you giving energy. And if you realize this is your superpower, normally I don't need to share with you because you already realize you need to push more is possible with your superpower to
mm.
bring more businesses possible in your life.
Yeah, yeah. Which that's actually part of what led me to doing the podcast, right? And
Yeah.
it's same thing. I had a similar experience with Uber. I have driven for Uber for like over a decade, and every time I would have a passenger in my car, well, not every time, right? But a lot of times, I'm having conversations with people, and people would get out and they'd be like, "Man, I've never had a conversation like that with my Uber driver. That was amazing. Like, you're awesome. Thanks, man." Right? And I would get all these like big tips and stuff, and I'm sitting here like, man, it's hilarious how like you can live your life and have all of these signs pointing to like your
Mhm.
superpower and not realize it. Like I genuinely do believe that like if people are able to discover their own superpower, that just like you said, like it can completely change your life. Because once you discover it, all you have to do is just lean into it. You're just like, okay, here I go. And your
And
life
it's
can
true.
change completely.
And it's super true because like uh, when everybody we have something really give us the energy, and if you realize your job becoming your energy, you are unstoppable because you never work.
Hmm.
I love to create. For example, I am an entrepreneur, I am an investor, love real estate, I love
Yeah.
create something new. And every time, when I go around, travel the world, I see with attention whatever is around me, whatever people told me, because from one word, from one idea, or from something I see, something
Mm.
possible, I possible generate more possibility for me and in the world, and this is
Yeah.
the good.
Yeah, no, I love that. See, there's so much power in just being aware, like just paying attention to what's going on around you and what's going on inside you in response to what's going on around you. I love what you said, how like sometimes it's just one thing that either you see or someone says something in some specific way and it clicks. So
Mhm,
for me, I always actually use that same point when it comes to reading books.
mhm,
Okay, when I think, so I have my own book, I'm writing another book right now. And what I found for me when I write my book is saying, oh, I am like taking everything like I could figure out that would be useful to a person. And you would know because you wrote a book, right? I'm
mhm,
sitting here saying, how can I take all of my experience that I have and package this up into something that like I can help someone like basically like skip everything I had to go through in order to learn it, right? And so like
mhm,
I'm like taking all of that and handing it over to them. And so I'm envisioning the same thing when I'm reading a book, right? I'm like, I know that that's what this person did. They put their entire like energy into like how can I communicate everything I've learned in a concise way to help this person who's reading it. Now, that being said, I don't like every book I read. Okay. To be honest, I would even say a majority of them I'm not like a huge fan of, right? I'll see the cover. I go, okay, that seems interesting. I'll read it, I'll read the description. I'm like, yeah, I want to read that, and I'll dive into it, and I won't always like every book that I read, but that is the thing, is I'm not reading it for the purpose of liking it. I'm
mhm,
reading it because I know that no matter what book I pick up, there will
mhm.
always be at least one thing in there that I pull out and I'm like, I never thought about it like that. Or I didn't think about it from that angle before. And now it can completely change my life going forward. And maybe it's not, right? Maybe it's not going to have a massive impact, but maybe it's something that I needed in that moment.
But you know what? So important. I want to share with you. This is I learned from Hallerold, the creator of Miracle Morning. The Miracle
Oh,
Morning, the
yeah,
book,
yeah,
the bestseller is a friend, really nice guy, and everything.
yeah.
In reality we have certain amount of time in our life, and
Mm,
this is I share with you because it's something happening to me. Sometimes I love read, I love stay on top, understand everything. But in reality, we need to arrive at one point. We need to understand in our life at that moment what we need, and be
Mm,
more specific to try to bring in our life through the book too
yeah,
something we need.
yeah.
Because what's happening, because we are bombarded now with social media, book, and everything, and everybody they becoming guru. In reality, sometimes we need to understand what we need in our life at that specific moment. For example, and I share with you something. The majority of my I do gym and I do kickboxing for many years, and I
Yeah.
enjoy this kind of moment because it's they are my moment. I utilize this time to listening something specific.
Mm,
For example, Russell Branson for the marketing part, other
mm,
people for, and sometime missing in my part in my day the energy, because I do all my four pillar: morning meditation, pray, biohacking, exercise, but I don't have the same energy. And sometimes I need something specific, some book, some
mm,
video, something I listening to energize my day. Now, why I tell you this? Because it's so important too, and this is a concept I learned from many successful human beings. They utilize the time and they utilize the information in the correct way when they need it. They pick what they needed. And
mm,
if, for example, they needed to learn another language, they will focalize for a certain amount of time in something. It's the same for the book. More specific you are in your life to understand what you need in this specific moment of your life to go at the next level
mm,
in about everything, business, relationship, whatever is your case, whatever you want to learn, is more your life becoming expand, because you becoming more powerful and you not becoming more generic, because the majority of
mm.
people they are generic, not specific.
Interesting. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I was there's this guy that I follow, his name is Dan Coe, and he's talked about that before, how like some people feel like they can't get into reading, but what he describes is like when you if you have a project you're working on, it gives
Mhm.
direction to what information you're consuming. So instead of just, oh, I'm just watching a bunch of YouTube videos or I'm reading a bunch of random books, the idea is I have something I'm working on, therefore, oh, okay, this YouTube video can help me with that, or this podcast is talking about that subject, or this book goes deep, does a deep dive on this, I should read it. And I will say, in the past, during times when I have been working on things, there are certain books that like I just flew through them like instantly. Like I'll read it in like one night, whereas in the past it's like, oh, I probably would have just like taken a really long time to read it, because you do just like scarf down the information when you need it. So yeah, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. So for someone, that being said, who should be reading your book? In what situation should somebody go, I want to pick up your book?
Yeah, good question. In reality, the Giuliano, the people that wanna read my book, they are people that wanna have this reward in their life, and I think so.
Mm,
Everybody healthy, rich, and happy. They wanna be
yeah.
everybody healthy, rich, and happy. I mean, like, but in reality, I believe in something. People they need to have the intention to becoming healthy, rich, and happy. Because what's
Mm,
happening, if you don't have the intention, if you don't focalize your life in this reward and bring this reward in your life, I working every day in this reward, every day to uh, remaining with this reward, because every time happening something in our life where it's possible bring different kind of emotion, different kind of situation, I working every day. Now, the book I believe is possible change other people's life is not because I wrote this book, because I am a sensible, pragmatic investor, and I explain better what this means.
okay.
Like you, I read a bunch of books related to business, psychology, whatever is the case.
Yeah.
But not all the book, but the majority of the book, they are so generic,
Mm,
never specific. They will tell you you will reach something, but they never go through how reach something, how and what they do.
yeah.
They go around.
Sure.
Now I realize this, and I want to bring to the world something where people they feel they want something concrete, and they want to understand why this idea I try to bring to them makes sense. For example, inside the book, I explain this pillar, and I explain, for example, wake up at 4:35 in the morning. It's not for everybody. Everybody is different. They have different phototype of characteristic. Somebody
Mm,
is possible wake up later because the energy for them is better in this hour, but they need to try. And
yeah.
what I do and what I explain in the book, why I believe in this. I believe because I try. When I try, you feel better. Means okay, it's working. But I go to the source and I study University of Oxford, different kind of university, where they explain why meditation is so necessary,
Mm,
why pray, connect with the divine is so important, why do exercise, why do this kind of biohacking thing. And the same I do in the part of real estate, because what I do, I bring with the hand the people to explain you possible becoming wealth to real estate starting from zero, because United States is the most beautiful and important country in the world, because give you possibility. And I am no
mm.
American, 100% Italian. You are like you have this name and last name confused, but you are 100% American. uh, like uh, and I explain step by step what I do every day to bring me opportunity, to bring me deal.
Mm,
And I believe in United States, if you start in your bank account with 1 million less in your bank account, really you have the possibility to becoming wealth in real estate. Why? Because respect other country, United States is this one. Money, you find money everywhere. For example, everywhere. For example, if you starting from zero, you don't have experience, you possible becoming somebody source the deal to somebody like me, or find lender people they lend money with high interest to do some flipping on the property. Now this is happening only in United States. If you go in Italy and you want to do the same, it's not the same. If you go
mm,
in Dubai, is not the same, because in United States something working different. In Italy, you possible find investor that give you money, but is no private lender give you the money. Meaning, like inside the book is really what I want to share with the people. These
mm,
three words need to be something important to becoming in your life, because when you achieve these three words, you becoming something for somebody, and you becoming light for other people. And when you becoming light,
mm.
because I believe in the ripple effect in the good and in the bad. For
Yeah,
this reason, I do every time good routine, not bad routine.
yeah.
Uh, you know, uh, this one is possible becoming like a ripple effect where you enlighten other people. And this is, I believe, and this is what is inside this book.
Mm. Man, I love that message. I feel like, first of all, the title itself, healthy, rich, and happy, that's like ultimately what like everyone deep down, if they're honest with themselves, what they want, right? You want to be healthy, you want to have enough money to like live a good life, right? Do whatever you feel like doing, like you said, spend time with the people you care about, and you just want to be happy. And so like I love, for me, first of all, like whenever someone puts a book out that's like that, um I feel like it's important because there are so many people who are just living their life and just going through the motions. And
Mhm.
that's not a judgment. That's literally, I mean, I was at that point too before, right? Like,
Me
but
too.
if you, and part of it is just being like knowing that it's possible for someone in order to be able to do that, right? So, first of all, I feel like it's awesome because the book is awesome because it's an inspiration for people to realize that they can live a life like that. But I also think it's really cool that you're saying that, like within there, you have actual like here's how to do it. I'm excited to order it. So if someone wants to read your book, is it on Amazon?
Yeah, they possible find in Amazon and or through my website, but will be more easy in Amazon, and they will find Healthy, Rich, and Happy. And I believe this book possible change people life. They possible order to the audio part, and
Mm,
everything is in Amazon.
awesome, awesome. Well, Dr. Jacopo, I appreciate you coming on today, man. Seriously, this is a great conversation.
Juliana, the same for me, and your smile, your energy go through this laptop. And I believe you will continue to enlighten people with your smile because it's so important. Sometimes, you tell something so unique. When you do Uber, you have the possibility to have conversation with somebody else, and they feel good through your word. Two important part we have our life: utilize the correct word and do the correct action, and I believe you will do in your life.
Well, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. This was a great conversation. Anybody listening, if they want to read your book, they absolutely should go take a look. Healthy, Rich, and Happy on Amazon. And if anyone wanted to connect with you besides reading your book, are you on like social media or anything like that?
Yeah, like I am in social media in Jacopo Iasiello Investor Broker, where I share some good information related to energy, real estate, and the part about Forbes, where I share my article related to what I do.
All right. All right. Fantastic. All right, Dr. Jacopo, I appreciate you, my friend, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You are super welcome.
Thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review or share it with someone who'd appreciate it. For everything I have to offer, visit howtobeaperson.co.